there's a shit ton of boxes and it's slowly becoming nighttime, so this could be a problem soon. Very, very, very soon. There's a lot of zombies downstairs here. Filing cabinet. I can hear them. Can you guys hear how many there are? There's so many. A little bit concerned what I'm walking downstairs into because they sound like they're like there. They're there. All right. Well, this is the pitfall area. This must have been where I was supposed to go. Okay, so I was supposed to come up here. Oh, hello. So, and you didn't come in from there. This is marked off. Maybe I was supposed to drop down. These windows are open. No. None of them are broken. I was supposed to have come in from here. I get it. This takes me through here. I loot this. I go upstairs. Okay, I know where I'm supposed to have gone. I was supposed to have, like, hit this area kind of last. Ooh. Welcome back, Grim. Yeah, housemate rocked up. Oh, your housemate did rock up. Did you speak to him about the milk situation, though? Look, guys, I'll come out there. I'll make my way out, and I'll sort you guys out up here. Wee. Because obviously I came through this building and I went all the way through to that one. You guys are in the top of this one. Get you down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10, 11 of them. All right. Well, that sorts out why it sounded like there was so many. Oh, shit. But I didn't kill you. Or did I just not see you? That could have been 12. I maybe missed her. Good chance I missed her. Mate, don't crawl like that. It scares me. I don't like it. Another one out the front, too. Oh, my God, a cracker book. All right, well, first things first, I've got to loot these. I've got to determine, is this something I've got to loot here? Yes, this building is. Where are you? I think I have to go through this little building here, where I can kind of keep moving. Electronics. Oh, nice. Well, he was on it. He knew what it was. He knew what the deal was. That's good. It's good. Now you can have more coffee. Heard something break. Behind me. Whoa. I was going to say, I'm like, was that behind me? And I'm like, no zombie was there. And then all of a sudden, drop zombies. Fucking drop zombies, I swear. Okie dokie. Here we go. What? And it's nighttime, and I'm using a fucking power tool on the ground. Well, that's not the smartest option. Mind coffee without milk, just prefer it with milk. That's fair. I gotta admit, I drink coffee with and without milk and with and without sugar. And it's realistically, it comes down to the day and how I feel as to how I drink it. But for like probably for the last couple of months at least, I've been pretty consistently drinking it with milk. And sugar, actually. I've been mostly drinking it with the sugar for like trying to get the extra energy out of it. Nobody in there. Yeah, there's no bookshelves or anything. I don't trust that. I see your arms. You smacked me. Jesus Christ. Oh. You got here fast. Jeez. Okay. What? Whoa. That was narrow. Right now, I gotta get out of here. I think I'll probably head boop this. There we go. Milk and sugar for full coffee experience. But you're a bit lactose intolerant. See, I'm also a bit lactose intolerant. The more fresh and real the milk is, the more of a lactose intolerant reaction I get. If I go to somewhere that's got like real dairy farms in the area and I get really, really fresh milk, I can be very sick. But generally speaking, like store-bought milk or lactose-free milks and stuff like that, I'm fine with. What was that, Grim? You always need 2 teaspoons of raw sugar. Don't like white or brown sugar. Just pure sugar. The hell is raw sugar? Okay, so raw sugar is in Australia when we process sugar. You get brown sugar, which is more like a molasses kind of thing. It's more like a slightly wet kind of sugar. And then you've got the step before purifying, like grinding down sugar to remove, like, you know, plant matter and stuff like that a little bit more. You have raw sugar, which has a slightly caramelly sort of flavor to it. It's almost like a clear crystally sort of mate, what are you doing? It's kind of like a cross between like a yellow brown sort of shade. It's like an in between, but it tastes pretty nice. And it's kind of a bit more like a rock sugar kind of thing. It's pretty nice. Honestly, it's pretty nice. I like raw sugar in tea. It gives me a really nostalgic kind of flavor that I only get from like my grandparents' farms and stuff like that, because that's what they used to use because it lasts a lot longer. It's more shelf stable. Yeah, I think it's one of those things that's kind of Australian because like we have a lot of sugar mills here. I've been to a few actually. I've had family that's lived up against. Are you okay, mate? You just fall down. What the fuck? Okay. You kind of need to die. That was not right. None of that was right. The weird shit you see in this game, honestly. You have a very nice milk substitute called This Is Not Milk. That's not a bad name for a product, honestly. I keep going this way. I've tried a few different milks, like alternative milks. I did not like rice milk. No, thank you. That's a strong no. Soy milk's okay, but soy milk tastes desserty to me. So I'm not really a big fan of having it in coffee. If I had it in like a dessert or something like that, yes, for sure. But yeah, it's kind of too desserty. What else is there? I've not tried oat milk because I'm slightly gluten intolerant and I have trouble with oatmeal as is. So I stayed the fuck away from that one. I did try some porridge the other day. Oh, not porridge, sorry. What did I try? I tried Weet-Bix. My fucking god, was that a painful experience. I've tried goat's milk, not in coffee. I've had goat milk in cake. That's really nice. It's really creamy. I also like eating goats as well, so I'm not a common person in that sense. What else? Almond milk, I haven't tried it yet. I've smelt almond milk. I've had, like, you know how you get those people that come over and they sniff your stuff or whatever? My mum made something with almond milk once, and I came over and sniffed her drink, and I wasn't about that. I'm like, this isn't appealing to me. I'm sure it probably tastes really nice. A lot of people use it. It's actually more people use almond milk, apparently locally in Australia than they do real milk these days, which is kind of interesting because coffee stores no longer tax you on requesting almond milk. They tax you on requesting regular milk. So that's interesting. It says almond milk and roasted almond. I haven't heard of that. I didn't realize that there was a difference. Sorry. I may not have looked. I found there was a brand called Semil, and I kind of stuck with that because it's basically just milk. It's just milk that's been kind of like heated or heat treated or something like that to break down the proteins, whatever. Some of the different brands of lactose-free ones or whatever, they add the lactase tablets or whatever it is that breaks it down. I find that some of them are very sweet. Like the difference between using, say, Zamil milk versus a regular milk. I don't need to add sugar to Zamil milk. It's sweet enough on its own. I don't know if I just went through this section here or this. I'm guessing this is a separate building. Let me get over here. Right, well that happened. Yeah, I find it very interesting. Lactose-free milk is so sweet. I don't think it's supposed to be sweet, but I find it very sweet. That's an interesting perspective, but I'm personally not willing to give that one a go. In the same vein of like cannibalism with RimWorld, it's not something I'm gonna do. If I can avoid that for life, that would be great. Let's see. There's got to be a doorway. I can't... Mate, where were you a moment ago? There's a stairway down there. This brings me up onto roof. This falls down. I'm gonna guess I'm supposed to come through there. Honestly, I'm supposed to, like, fall down this thing, but that's locked. Let's drop in here. He's not cursed. He's just... He has some very, very amusing opinions that are always interesting to hear. Jesus, people. Oh, go for it. Go for it, Grim. That door is not going to hold. Get in here, because it's got a weapons bag. Not that I need any more fucking stuff. Okay, you guys nearly finished with that? Yeah, I figure that happens whenever people generally have kids, is curiosity, you know? It's actually something that I assume most couples who have kids have done. And it's one of the few times where it's acceptable to request trying it. It's like when your spouse or partner or whatever happens to also be producing it. Imagine that. You're just one of those people that just walks up to some random in the street and you're just like, hey mate, can I just try that? Whoa. Oh, shit. Calm down. Need to get into this. Whoa, shit. That's where you are. Fucking hell. Die, please. I need to stand in here for a hot minute so I can reload because there's a lot of zombies coming. Oh yeah. No, I have heard it's like that. But yeah. Like I said, not my thing. But I know that a lot of people have at least tried it. Let's see. To be fair though, I'm pretty like anti-child. Not anti-family, but like that's not the life that interests me. So I kind of like have very different opinions, I guess. Come on, get rid of it. I'm not feeling safe in this building. This is open. I don't think it's supposed to be. That's now open. This is a bookstore that I don't need them to destroy the books. I've got to get in here. Get in and read these before they start slapping up the bookshelves. Where did you come from? Yeah. Cool. Let's shut this to give me like 1 ounce of shielding. It's a metal door. It's not going to protect me for long. Boar sounds alright though. See, I can't eat pork, so I wonder, like, there's wild versions of certain animals, and like, for instance, the difference between like I can have chicken, but I can't have like I can have turkey, but I can't have chicken. So I assume that if it's a different type of animal, like similar but different kind of meat and stuff like that, I would be fine. See, goat's not, I would say it is in a sense uncommon here. It's definitely uncommon for, it's uncommon for most Australians to order it. Like, if you've tried it and you like it, it's one of those things where for sure if you've got the option, you would order it if it's available. But if you haven't tried it, not a lot of people are keen to try it. Same with duck. That was probably the biggest surprise to me is I eat duck, right? Because it's one of the foods that I can eat. And there's so many people that legitimately would not try it, like scrunch their nose up at the thought of trying it. And I'm like, to me, as somebody who has tried it, I don't see any like problem with it. I don't think I probably would have tried it if I had like the option to eat other stuff, but I probably would have tried it if it was available. Plus, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of really good like Chinese restaurants here that use not just chicken meat, but they used to use like duck meat in their chicken sweet corn soups and stuff. So I'm pretty sure I've tried it in the past. Like, I'm pretty sure there's been duck meat in my soups and stuff. This is a really roundabout way to fucking get through this building. Does that go anywhere? Does this have a staircase, or is this just a drop-off? It's just a drop-off. Okay. Look, I've got 2 doors behind me so far, between me and anywhere else. You're just a corpse. I think I was going to say, I thought I head booped something, but this is these guys coming through. Oh yeah, there's a, came across the other day, there's a restaurant that does, actually, like, in the main city areas and stuff of, like, Queensland, has, crocodile, which I really wasn't expecting. Like, that's more of, like, a rural sort of thing. It looks like I'm supposed to maybe walk on this. Yeah, maybe. Maybe over there or there. I don't honestly need more ammo. That can just stay. I'm guessing I'm supposed to come over here. Yeah. Yeah, like I've had like crocodile and stuff like that when I was a kid, but I haven't had it since. And I'm pretty sure it would be one of those things that I'd be fine eating. Okay, so this has brought me all the way up here. Top of the building again. I've gone down the building and I've come back up. Okay, this has been weird. I don't know if this was supposed to be anything. The best thing that I'm finding is I'm not running out of ammo. Pretty good. Deer meat is dark and very strong flavor itself. Doesn't taste close to anything. I would like to try deer meat. I actually watched a video just the other day of a fella who was cooking up deer meat, and he's like, the same kind of thing. He's like, it has a strong taste, and he can't really describe it, but it has like its own kind of special strong flavor kind of thing. There's a few out... Where are you? There's a few out there like that. I think the best thing is that, like, because I have to eat other kinds of foods because my Crohn's makes me sick and stuff, I've got to try out, like, so many different things, like vegetarian foods and stuff like that, that have improved so much. So much since, like, I was growing up. Yeah, basically. Like, I mean, it's the semi-aquatic dinosaur. Deer is awesome, so is elk. I've heard of elk as well getting cooked up. Go down. I feel like I'm not even shooting you. I tried to get elk jerky, and it's something that cannot, for some reason, it cannot import into Australia. So that was interesting. Just one of those things that can't get. It's probably one of those meats where it maybe has, like, I don't know, possibly like contaminable diseases or something like that that could pass on to a local wildlife or something. Australia's really strange. Australia's really strange with some of the things that it can and can't bring in. Turkey depends on what type of turkey meat you get. Some of it has got a taste and some of it doesn't. As for being dry, it is drier than other meats, but I know how to cook it in ways that doesn't make it dry. Like I can make, at the moment I've still got in my freezer, I've got buffalo turkey wings, which are pretty fucking good. I do sweet plum every so often, not frequently, but I do a sweet plum or I do like a smoky barbecue marinade with it and stuff, and it stops it from being like dry. Like even if I was to cook it at like 200 for 2 hours or something like that, like it still doesn't turn out dry. It's pretty good. Going that way. I think it's also a lot about how you cook stuff too, because like even kangaroo is very, very touchy for how to cook it. And if you get it right, you can get like really nice, soft, like juicy kind of meat and stuff like that. That's not like too dry, or tough. That's the biggest thing with kangaroo meat is it gets tough very easily. But if you cook it right, you know, you can kind of bypass that. I went all the way around. I was right next to this entryway. Come on, wakey wakey. Boop. I already took out the door, mate. You don't have to knock. The other funny thing is I've only managed to get a whole turkey here twice. I managed to cook a whole turkey twice over now. And it's interesting because the turkeys we get are not as like massive as the ones that America gets. Like we get like miniature turkeys basically. They're probably larger, like they're easily larger than a chicken, but they're not so large as to not fit in the oven and stuff. And I've just got like a basic oven. But yeah, you probably did get one that was kind of overcooked or cooked too high temperature. Like if I was to cook a whole turkey, for instance, I would cover it with alfoil for at least the first couple of hours until it's like kind of cooked through, and then I'd take off the alfoil and let the skin crisp up and stuff. But like I know people like try to protect the like the legs and try to make it that like the skin doesn't or the meat doesn't like shrivel up and stuff, but legitimately I don't care. That's more of a decorative kind of thing, realistically. I don't feel like I'm going through these houses properly, but I kind of can't help it because they're very interestingly laid out. Oh, sorry, did I walk over you? There you go. No need to worry about that anymore. I'm getting all these greenies so much now. That's what happens when you kind of max your levels. Also getting to a point where she can't heal herself because she's so badly infected. That comes from eating the rotted meat as well. Trash compactor. Who the hell puts nails in a trash compactor? Can't get out that way. Oh, I'd have to go out and up this. Yep, of course. I must admit, I do sometimes like the puzzle kind of pathway that they put into this game. It's kind of interesting. Well, things can't get up to me. I don't know if I was supposed to go around here, but I'm here, so that happened. Okie dokie. Nice. Let's get in here. This strikes me as suspiciously empty. Yeah, most cities tend to set up around like the coastline within like a radius kind of thing of like the edge of, you know, the whole place. Oh, sent me back here. Wondering why you never heard about Australian fish cuisine. Um, Sydney is one for oysters. So Sydney is really big on oysters and stuff like that because that's where they have like the, what do you call it, like the breeding areas and stuff for them. But generally speaking, like if you go along like the coastline and stuff like that, anywhere that's near the shore, anywhere that's actually within sight of the shore, has basically every kind of like fucking fish and chip and fish restaurant you can think of. It and usually it's good. It's usually pretty good. But we are more. Australia has more of like the beef cattle kind of stuff. Australia does a lot more of like cattle rearing than it does like the fishing sort of side of it. Like we do get fish, but they're generally not super local, sent inward kind of thing. Once you're about an hour away from the shoreline, it just kind of goes back to whatever local meats are available. Well, that's kind of built up. Hell is this place? Maybe there's a door around the back. That looks like where I'm supposed to go. Here we are. Yeah, no, Australia's more of the beef capital or whatever. So we produce a lot of cows, and usually the meats and stuff like that. I think we have Australian Wagyu and stuff like that. So, I mean, we've got good cows. Like my grandparents and stuff were, well, they were dairy farmers, and then they became cattle farmers, like beef farmers and stuff. And yeah, it's just what it is kind of thing. It's like we kind of go more that way than we do coastal. I see you over there. To be fair, like if you get like local and fresh seafood and stuff, it's pretty nice. The funny thing is, seafood's one of those few things that I can actually generally eat. He'll be a while. Yeah, seafood's one of those things that I can actually eat. But it's interesting though, because some of them I can't. Like, for instance, I'm finding some crabs, like mud crabs and stuff like that, I have trouble with. But say fish itself, I don't. Very weird. What kind of a fucking control room is this? There we go. Come on, mate, you're in the way. I'm guessing there's stuff there. Well, the thing is, like, in the middle of Queensland, we've got desert. Northern Territory is kind of also partial desert. Perth is not, but Perth is its own area that's heavily regulated as to what can and can't come in. It's really well kept. But yeah, most of Perth is not really habitable. It's more ranch spaces because it's just massive wide open areas. Then you get into like New South Wales and Victoria and places like that, and they're kind of more cities. They're a lot more city space than it actually is anything else. So like basically Queensland and Perth are kind of like your big areas for it. I eat these peas. Well, I'm going to eat some of these things because obviously she needs to get rid of them. And I mean, you can kind of see the bear in the background getting killed. I think the other thing too is a lot of the cattle that we've got here, like you got to remember, like Australia is like a relatively dangerous place to be out in the elements too. So the cattle farms and stuff like that, a lot of the cattle are actually kind of tank. Like that's sort of why we do well with the beef industry, is because they have like seriously fucking tanky ass cows with like decent horns that won't hesitate to absolutely stomp you to a pulp if you like look at them wrong. Like their main predators are basically like